Okay, today we are going to be talking about chimps and deforestation. Chimps' lifestyles are very vigorous animals which are highly sociable and very flexible, live in very flexible groups. Deforestation is the act of cleaning a wild area of trees. And then chimp separation group. Chimps usually travel in groups, but now that they are struggling to live, they must move. Chimps' lifestyle. Chimps are pantriotites. Chimps live in groups that range around from 20 to 120 members. Chimps are diurnal. That means they're awake during the day. Chimps sleep in nests, which they build from tree branches. Deforestation. Deforestation is the removal of forests permanently. How and why it happens is because humans are cutting down forests with many different methods to help themselves thrive. The environmental effects, not only animals are getting affected by deforestation, but the environment is taking a toll too. Impact on chimps. Deforestation is the primary threat to chimpanzee survival. Chimpanzees can be found discontinually from the southern belt of southern seagull across the forest belt right here. Forest belt northern to the Congo River to the western Uganda and western Tanzania. Gombe National Parks in Tanzania is the first park in Africa specifically created for chimps. How and why. Logging. Deforestation is driven by logging, architecture, fires, and mining. Logging is cutting down trees in forests to harvest timber for wood produced for fuel. It is the primary driver of deforestation. There's also different sections, like selective logging is where only most of the valuable trees are felled. And then forest canopy is important to the forest economic ecosystem because it houses and protects plants, animals, and insect populations. It also protects the forest floor, which slows down soil erosion. Architecture also drives deforestation because farmers clear the land for crops or for cattle, and often will clear acres of land using slash or burn techniques, cutting down trees or burning them, and then burning them. Fires can be accidental or intended, but can destroy acres of forest quickly. Areas affected by logging are more susceptible to fires due to the number of dry and dead trees. Mining also is driven by deforestation because mining needs forest removal for digging materials and the trucks and the equipment used for it. Environmental effect. Due to the loss of trees, it can cause increased greenhouse gases, water in the atmosphere, soil erosion and flooding, and habitat loss, which is one of the most dangerous effects. Increased greenhouse gases due to the lack of trees and the more greenhouse gases released in the atmosphere. And then water in the atmosphere, since the trees control the level of water in the atmosphere, by taking them away, it causes less water in the air to be returned to the soil, and this makes it harder to grow crops. Soil erosion and flooding. Trees function to retain water and topsoil, which provides rich nutrients and substance. Additional forest life. Without them, the soil erodes and washes away, causing farmers to have to move. Then habitat loss is one of the most dangerous and unsettling effects of deforestation, which causes the loss of animals and plant species due to habitat loss. Impact on chimps. Deforestation contributes to habitat loss, causing the primary threat to chimpanzee survival. Habitat loss creates disadvantages, changing in chimpanzees' behavior, dispersed patterns, diet, and social interactions. With the loss of their homes, chimpanzees either have to move or die because they can't find the resources to live. Chimp groups, chimps stay in groups to survive, and then they're separating because there are many threats that are making it hard for them to stay together. See, chimp groups. Chimp groups are also known as troops. Groups can range from 15 to 120 members. Chimpanzees search for food communally when they're foraging or hunting for food. They communicate with one another through a complex, subtle system of vocalization, facial expression, body posture, and gesture. Chimpanzees search for food communally when foraging foraging or hunting prey. A group of males will chase, corner, and kill small monkeys for meat. Groups will sit together for hours, fishing termite mounds or enjoying the ripened fruit of trees. They do not move around in one group like gorillas or monkeys. Chimp group separation. Some threats to the chimp groups are tourism, because chimps are at risk for human disease. Tourism also is a destructive to the forest because it creates an intensive network of trails. These trails give access to the forest for hunters. Then hunting. Chimps aren't hunted for meat, but for crop breeding. They get debilitated injuries, losing limbs, which can be fatal when they get caught in their snares. Chimps are crop breeding cash crops, which is when a chimp goes to get crops such as fruit from where local people are getting them. The local people don't really like the chimps stealing their food, so they would block them out, but some people use them to bring in the food for themselves. Okay, what's happening today? Today's deforestation is happening in the tropics. Forests cover more than 30% of Earth's land surface. Chimps are in danger of extinction. Nearly 3,000 chimps are illegally killed or stolen from the wild each year. There are estimated to be merely 170,000 to 300,000 chimpanzees left in Africa, and their population is decreasing rapidly. Here's my works cited.